Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Project Ozone 3 Kappa mode. So last few episodes, we've been working on botana. We have been trying to get a lot of mana going for this so we can make a lot of terrasteel, so we can make terrasteel seeds, and we can continue on with our process here, getting a philosopher's stone. So we have the terrasteel seeds done. Those are 10, 10, 10. I was thinking we should start... Well, we're going to need to do this Elementium, which is 2 terrasteel put through the portal to get one of these. I can't remember how much of that we need in here. Look like a few of those. And then we're also going to need to do the Guardian of Gaia, the Gaia spirits for that. But I was thinking that we should just go ahead and upgrade our mana spreaders since, you know, we've been doing a lot of stuff with mana. This is the next step to making better mana. So block of Verdant Crystal is required for each elven mana spreader, and we're probably going to want 4 of these, so we're going to look at getting 4 blocks of the Verdant Crystal, which is 9 Verdant Crystals per block, and the Verdant Crystals, if you do it on the Arcane Crafting, 2 bright, 2 dense, plus a mystical flower gives you 4 of those. So we're going to need like 3 of these per block, essentially, a little less than that, but about 3 of those per block. So we'll just assume that we're going to make 12 of these recipes. I think that'll be fine. If we have extras, I mean, it's no big deal. And the mystical flower cluster comes from 4 of the same type of mystical flowers. So that's pretty easy for us to do. So if we go in here, mystical flower, we have a bunch of this flower essence. So we can just make, you know, whatever. I mean, this should be fine. If we have extras, it doesn't really matter. So I said I wanted 12 of those. That's only 9. That's not quite enough here. How about that? Close enough. Okay. So we have 12 of these. And then we want to make, I guess we need twice as many bright crystals and twice as many dense crystals. So dense crystals, we have a bunch. So here is 24 of those. And bright crystal, we don't have enough. Okay, so the bright crystal, we need to figure out the recipe for that. This guy is made, so that is just simple crystal plus glowstone. That's really simple to do. I'm pretty sure we have extra simple crystals over here, and if not, those are what the heck? I just tapped that. Okay, I didn't know. Why is that so easy to break? That doesn't make sense. Yes, we do have extra simple crystals over here, and then we have extra dense crystals here too. The dense crystals are what we are using for our void interface for our mana. Yeah, we've been using the earth crystal, which is dense essentially. Anyway, so we're trying to make the bright crystal, and that needed a piece of glowstone or a few pieces of glowstone. So let's just make this many because it doesn't really matter. All right, so there is that, and put some simple crystals all up in there, and there we go. Here's a whole bunch of bright crystals. All right, so we wanted enough to make 36 verdant crystals. Let's see if we can do that. And there it is. Awesome. Okay, so we have a little bit extras, but like I said, doesn't really matter. These things aren't super expensive. And then I think we can just craft that directly in here, right? Awesome. All right, so there is 4 of those damp crystals. I guess I've been keeping a lot of extra things over here. I'll just keep that all in this inventory. Okay, so we have the 4 verdant crystal blocks. We don't need this, that, or that anymore. So the elven spreader, we are going to need petals, and then we are going to need the Elementium, and then we're going to need the dreamwood, and the dreamwood is living wood put through that. So that is 6 per. So we are going to need 24 living wood, which we have enough here. Let's go through that through the portal. We haven't done anything with the elven portal in quite some time. Man, I get so confused which way to go. It's a problem with having a base that's circular and everything looks relatively the same. I mean, obviously there's landmarks and stuff, but like quickly scanning around trying to find things is like, which way am I going? Okay, so we have that. And then we needed, what was it, 4 of these? So we need 8 terrasteel. Throw that into the portal. Nice. And then we're going to need 4 petals, I do believe. And we'll just use these brown ones because we have them. Okay, so let's try doing... Oh, you know what? We have mushrooms, right? Let's use the mushrooms. We're not using those for anything else. Get out of here. Let me use this mushroom. Okay, so there is 2 of those. And then again, we're going to use those brown ones because reasons. That, and that, and that. Awesome. So there is 4 elven mana spreaders. Very cool. I don't know, like, how many quests there are left for Botania, if any. I haven't really looked. But anyway, we are going to remove these mana spreaders, have them linked to the mana pool, and then link each individual flower to each mana spreader. And hopefully that'll chew through the mana that each one of these flowers makes that much faster and just be overall more efficient. So I'll go ahead and just do that off camera, and we'll be right back, guys. Alright, so our mana spreaders down below have been upgraded, and then I made a 5th elven mana spreader so we could use one for our runic altar when we have to do this kind of crafting. Having this bigger mana spreader with the velocity and potency lens on there will make the crafting go that much faster. We'll get mana into the altar really fast, and yeah, we won't have to spend much time looking at the altar while things happen. Anyway, the next thing that I wanted to do was start working on automating our portal over here. Now, why would I want to automate this? Well, we got some recipes coming up that are going to need it. So like the Supremium ingot, for instance, does require us to have Elementium, right, per every recipe. And the Supremium does, or yes, Superium requires us to have the Terra Steel. That doesn't really require the portal crafting as much as this does, but I feel like we should be able to autocraft Elementium on demand. Now, eventually, we will probably just have seeds to make a whole bunch of it, but, you know, I still feel like it's something that I want to do. So we want to be able to put items into this portal and then collect them. Now, one of the ways we can do that is with like an item dropper. Now, I was looking here, and there's quite a few different droppers. There's the item dropper from Embers that we looked at earlier on, I'm pretty sure. And this just drops items directly on the ground below it, and this thing can only face down. So that's not quite what I want. The automatic precision dropper, I can't remember if this... maybe I'm thinking of a different one called a ranged dropper. I was thinking that we could use something like this where we could hide it behind the wall and have it put items where we want them. I'm not sure if this does that or not. I was looking at the book here, and it's saying that it can drop items without a redstone signal, and it puts them straight at the direction you're pointing at. But yeah, again, I don't know if this is what I was thinking this one might be. It might not. We'll make this one and test it out, I think. I saw there's an iron dropper. It just says it has redstone control. There's so many different droppers. There's an open block dropper, the vanilla dropper. Anyway, I think we're going to go with this one, or at least we're going to try this. Advanced coil. We don't have an advanced coil recipe. Basic coil. Coil. Yeah, we don't have any of those. That's too bad. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and make this stuff real quick. So black quartz. I believe we have smoky quartz is how we do it. Smoky quartz. And we don't have very much of that. That might be something that we should make the black quartz seeds. There's a whole lot of seeds that we can make that we have not made yet. That's definitely something that we're going to have to do, is make all of those and set up automated farms for all of the different essences in the future. That'll be something we look at here fairly soon, I think. Probably around the time that we're able to get ourselves the item that will instant grow them. I can't remember what it's called. It's the time block from Quantum. This thing, the imaginary time block. Yeah, once we're able to craft this, we'll start looking at that. And we might actually be able to craft at this point, but that recipe is a little crazy right now. Anyway, let's not get too distracted here. We want to go back to the dropper, and we want to make this. Okay, so we have everything but the vanilla dropper, and here we go. So here is an automatic precision dropper. All right, so this does not do what I thought it was going to do. Yeah, I was thinking of another item, and it might be from Cyclic, called the ranged dropper, which you can specify how many blocks away you want something to drop, and it'll like just warp that item there. Well, this isn't quite what I wanted. I guess what we could do, if we wanted to get super fancy and we didn't care about resources, we could set a Draconic Evolution portal warpy thing right here, right? And then we could have items from a drop or drop into a portal that gets warped there, and then we don't have to see anything. Otherwise, we can just put this on the other side of the wall, I suppose, and see it. I'm not sure if that's really that big of a deal. I mean, it doesn't look that bad, I suppose. Let's take a look. How does that look? You know what? That doesn't look so bad, actually, from behind the portal. Okay, well, let's put in 2 Terra Steel in there, and let's just see how this thing works. Make sure it doesn't just shoot through the portal. Whoops, did not mean to break that. So if we place that here, Redstone mode deactivation. Well, actually, Redstone. I don't know what this thing's doing by default. Let's just check the settings real quick. We have a recipe for torches. Okay, right click to toggle. So redstone mode pulse. Okay, so this is just going to be dropping unless we give it a redstone signal. And then when we give it a redstone signal, it'll stop dropping. So if we do that, I picked up, let me turn off my magnet. Okay, that seems to work just fine. My magnet picked it up, which messed this up previously, but I think that'll be just fine for normal automated crafting. So we're gonna need an interface to push items into here, and then we are going to need some kind of an item collector, probably just an item collector, in order to collect items out of it. Okay, so we want an interface. Like so, that should be just fine. And then, I think we can do, what's behind here? So behind here is just out into the void. I'm trying to think, we want to put an item collector on here, but if I put it on this side, then we'll be able to see it. I guess I can run the applied energistics on this side and put a facade on there so you won't be able to tell the difference. So if we grab some glass cable, we can have that run right here. I don't know where our nearest connection point is. We might have to run a brand new line over here. In fact, yeah, we don't have any AE infrastructure over here. Okay, I think our closest might be that. Anyway, I'll probably just run a new P2P channel line out here. So we have that, and then we need an item collector with a filter. Filter, that would be these yellow ones. Cool. And then we need to have this specified for the item that we want. So this is whitelist, ignore, that's fine. So we want to grab the Elementium, and then we're probably going to want to grab, if we do dreamwood and other such things, but we can mess with this filter later on as we add new recipes. So that's just going to go right here, 555, that should be fine with the filter in there. Awesome. So if I toss this into the world, it should pick it up, and that goes right into here. Very good, that's exactly what we want. Okay, so the next thing is we just need to get this a recipe that's going to say 2 Terra Steel equals one of those Elementium over here, and then we do this, that, Terra, like so. Awesome. Okay, so with that recipe in there, we should be able to automate this. Let me go ahead and run the applied energistics wiring so we can get this thing hooked up, and we'll give it a go. Okay, so you can't really tell if there's any wiring back behind here, which is fantastic, and yeah, that looks as expected. So my item dislocator is deactivated right now. If I tell the system to craft some Elementium, let's tell it to craft, oh, I don't know, how about 4? We'll start that up, and it looks like things are crafting. Did it grab? Okay, so where did the other one go? Uh-oh. Where did the other one go? I told it to craft 4. Uh-huh. Is it up here? I'm not seeing it. Let's turn the magnet on. I don't know what happened to the other one because it should have crafted all 4 of those. Did it use all the terrasteel? Is there a terrasteel still in this thing, or did it get eaten? I don't know what would happen here. Terrasteel. I put that in there, does it complete? So somehow this portal seems to have eaten a terrasteel, maybe? I don't know. You can't click terrasteel onto the Elven Gateway portal itself, can you? Is that what happened? Did the interface maybe click it onto here? Does that work? Does this hold anything? No. So I'm not sure what happened to that other terrasteel. Well, let's try this again. Maybe that was just a one-time fluke. Because if that doesn't auto-craft properly, we're going to have issues. So, actually, let's turn off my magnet. All right, so 4 more of these. It worked that time. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was really odd. Okay, well, hopefully that's a one-time fluke and that doesn't happen again when we auto-craft this. I guess we'll find out here pretty soon, because now that we can auto-craft that, we can set up a recipe, or at least complete our recipes that we had over here for the Supremium ingots. We needed how many of those? 2, 4, 6, 8. So if we tell the system to craft 8 of those, are we able to? It's got to do a lot of calculating here, apparently, because we got to do all the other previous tiers. So that's going to use... Oh, we need mana infused ingots. Okay, that's fine. That's going to use 80 terrasteel for that. All right, so how do we get mana infused ingots? This is a thing that we need from Lordcraft. All right, so that's mana infused ingots from Thermal Foundation plus the mana infused shard. We can arcane craft this if we had all of these other things, which if we need loads of this in the future, this might be something that we do. I don't know, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do this manually. And it said we need how many of those? 32. Okay, well, I can go ahead and make half a stack of these and we'll try that again. All right, so now that we have the correct amount of mana infused ingots in here, we should be able to start this recipe up, and I believe this should go rather quickly. I don't think there's anything in here really that's going to slow it down other than just the... well, I guess the thing that's really slowing us down is we only have 1 master infusion crystal, which means it can only craft 4 of any of these things at a time. Well, I mean, it can only craft 1 at a time using 4 essences. Yeah. Anyway, so things are happening here. We are making our Supremium ingots, and if everything goes correctly, this Elementium is stored 30. It says it's crafting 2, but it hasn't crafted them. Yeah, there might be something there with that precision dropper that is just not working correctly. Maybe it's dropping too many items in at once or something, but it seems like we are not... It seems like we're missing items here, right? Whoops. Did it? Yeah, we're still missing those. Okay, well, I am going to toss some more terrasteel in there. My goodness, I can never figure out which way I'm going here. So we want over here... into here, terrasteel. Cue that. Okay, so it's like we lost 3. I tossed 1 in there, immediately made 1, and it costs 2 per. Okay, well that finished up that recipe. So now we have the correct amount of Elementium. Yeah, maybe it'd be better just to use a vanilla dropper back there and then use a timer when there's items in there to click it every so often. Yeah, unfortunately, there's obviously some kind of a bug with it using this kind of a setup. Either it's tossing too many items at once or something. I'm not sure. That's too bad. Well, anyway, that should get us a good portion of the way here on making our Philosopher's Stone. So we are missing... Oh, you know what? We have this HECF 251 oxide. Let's put that in there. HECF? Yes, we have these. So we can put those into the correct spot, which is on the outside of these matter balls. So those go there. And we're making this a premium. So the only things that we're missing here is going to be these black hole talisman and the Wyvern cores. And this is just about done, it looks like. I would like to put those in there real quick just so we can see how little amount of items we have remaining. There it is, and that's the Supremium Ingots. That does take a bit to craft. So that would be here and here, there and there, those two and those. Okay, awesome. So yes, we are only missing these 4 items. So that would be the Black Hole Talisman and the Wyvern Core. So let's see. The Wyvern Core does require advanced circuits and draconic cores. And the draconic cores require all these ultimate control circuits. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Ultimate control circuit. So we have those on autocraft. Let's make a recipe for these things. We haven't done that yet. Yeah, okay. I was just making sure. So Wyvern Core requires these. And then advanced circuit. Pretty sure we don't have. I was just double checking. Okay, so the advanced circuit requires this stuff. I don't know if we have the silicon chip and energized silicon chip. We do not, so we got a bunch more recipes for those. So here's this one, so silicon and advanced silicon. All right, do we know how to do circuit plate? We have circuit plates, but we don't know how to craft that. So that would probably be a good idea for us to make a recipe to be able to craft more of those in the future. So that's going to be any type of stone smelt into that. So that's a furnace recipe. And besides that, ender crystal, we have a bunch of, I don't think we have to worry about that. Hyper diamond, we have a decent amount of those. Electrotine copper wire, we know how to make that, we know how to make that. So I think we are good to go on the rest of that recipe. So then it's the draconic cores that we are going to need. Okay, and I think the system knows how to craft all of this stuff. Right, so we have a bunch of recipes to put into here. Oh my goodness, so many recipes. You know, when I added that second auto crafting section there, I thought we were going to have plenty for the rest of this series. And now I'm starting to question that we might need a third one of those for all these patterns. So many. All right, and then we needed one for the furnace. Zenith furnace, we'll put that right here. Cool. Now, if I wanted to craft a Wyvern Core, this is probably going to take a minute for it to think about how long or how much stuff it takes. So we need some steel ingots. Okay, so that's fine. That's something that we can do. We're going to need some electrotine. That's fine. That's something that we can do. And we don't know how to do the infused silicon and energized silicon. Interesting. Infused silicon and energized silicon. I don't know how crazy this is going to be, if it's even crazy at all. So that is a glowing silicon compound smelted, which is a silicon wrapped with glowstone dust. The silicon is a diamond saw plus silicon boule. Yeah, we don't have any of that stuff done, so we're going to have to do this, and that's sandy coal compound smelted, which is a block of soul wrapped in sand. Okay, well, that doesn't seem too bad. The silicon one, I'm sorry, the red silicon one is pretty much the same thing, except instead of glowstone, it's redstone. Let me go ahead and make those recipes real quick. So all the recipes are in place now, and I've been farming up all of the different things that we need. We have plenty of steel in the system, and I'm currently in the process of collecting through the wireless terminal magnet thing more electrotine. I think we should have enough to do the amount of Wyvern cores that we need at this point. I was just kind of looking through, and it seems like everything should be okay. The thing that caught my attention, though, is it's 24 capacitors per Wyvern core. Now, these do have EMC on it, so we won't have to worry about that later on. But for right now, crafting these, oof, that's gonna take a little bit of time, I do expect. And there's not a whole lot that we can do about it other than just hope that it doesn't take as long as we think it will. Anyway, so it looks like everything is queued up for us to do this. It says it's only going to take a minute, 20 seconds. That's obviously lying. It doesn't know. It just doesn't know. So getting back to this, we needed 2 of those. So can I queue up a second one of those? Do we have the stuff? Are we missing anything for a second one? We are missing 21 prismarine. We're missing a little bit of obsidian essence, some cyan plastic, and then a diamond saw. You know, oh, okay, it's missing the diamond saw because it's currently part of the other crafting recipe. I was going to say, I did tell the system to use a diamond saw that was partially damaged. I thought that was a problem, but that's not it. So we're missing a block of coal too. So nothing too crazy here. I'll go ahead and grab the rest of these things that we need and queue up another recipe. And then I think it's time to start working on the black hole talisman. All right, so both recipes are now queued up and we are crafting a whole lot of stuff, and this is going to take about 3 years approximately for this to finish. So really it's just a waiting game. We're not going to be able to get both of these Wyvern cores today, that's for sure. And I said that we're going to have to start working on the Guardian of Gaia. Well, I was looking at the time on this episode and we are running a little low on time. So I think we'll save that for next time. Yeah, I'll let this all finish. We will just have the 2 talismans, these 2 right here. We'll just have those 2 for next time, and hopefully at that point we should be able to make our Philosopher's Stone. Yep, so we're currently just missing these 4 items. These 2 are being crafted right now. Next episode, Black Hole Talisman. I think we should be able to start getting into our first little bit of Project E next episode. That's going to be super awesome. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.